AITA for refusing to accept my husband's gift because he thinks I'm vain and materialistic? I am not OOP. OOP is you, Mountain Impress 8795. Originally posted to r, am I the asshole, and r, AITAH. AITA for refusing to accept my husband's gift because he thinks I'm vain and materialistic? Trigger warnings. Emotional abuse. Verbal abuse. Gaslighting. Controlling behavior. Less than. And NBSP. Original post recovered with raw Reddit November 19, 2023. I'm 30F. Very interested in skincare, fashion, makeup, and other feminine things. I work hard to afford the things that I want. I'm not very pretty, but I am well put together, and many of my friends compliment me on my outfit or other things I'm proud of. It's a hobby I enjoy. My husband S. 27M has always been my biggest supporter. He would listen to me, and he's always surprising me with gifts of things that I've been talking about or what I've expressed interest in. I'm always appreciative of his incredibly thoughtful gifts, and I love them. A friend of S contacted me and told me that I should stop being materialistic and making my husband buy things for me. She said he complained about it a lot. I didn't want to accuse S without proof, and I looked through his phone. We have open phones, but I've never wanted to look through his before. I found countless messages of him calling me vain, materialistic, obsessed with my looks, picky. He also commented that I'm not even pretty enough to be that obsessed with myself Deborah times. He was complaining to friends, acquaintances, and people who barely know me. It was so hurtful that I cried for hours. But I love my husband, and I don't want him to think I'm vain or materialistic. I gave away what I could and resolved to stop purchasing things and stop talking to him about them. S gave me a perfume discovery set because I had recently gained an interest in perfume. I thanked him but said I didn't need it. He was confused and asked what was wrong with it. I told him that it was a lovely gift, but I didn't need more perfume. I said I didn't want to be materialistic or vain. S said that he had seen my textbook on perfume and that I had bookmarked things, and he knew that I was interested in it. He was teary-eyed and kept asking what was wrong with his gift and why I didn't like it. He has been very distressed since. AITA? Verdict removed before verdict rendered. And NBSP. Update November 19, 2023. I tried to post on the other sub, but there was an error. My husband S kept asking me what exactly I didn't like about his gift and tried to narrow why I didn't accept it. I told him that his friend messaged me about how I was materialistic and forced S to buy me things. He looked furious. I said that I had looked at his phone and saw that he thought I was vain and materialistic and that I was trying to change that. He looked even more mad, and I was tearing up at that point. Then he hugged me and apologized. He said he didn't think I was materialistic or vain. He thought my love for my hobbies was cute and inspiring. He loved getting me gifts because I was appreciative, and he likes seeing me in things he got me. I asked why he would say those things if he actually didn't think I was materialistic or vain or self-obsessed. He hugged me tighter and made me promise to still love and stay with him. Then he said that he was already fighting for my attention and affection with my friends, family, and my job. He wasn't going to compete with others too. He pulled out his phone and we read his messages together. When I had first read them, I could barely read them because I was so heartbroken, but as we read them together, I realized that he started the complaining and the other person would start calling me things and they would walk away with a terrible opinion of me. I started crying again, and he apologized and said he never meant it and the other people would already thought people like me were vain and shallow. In the texts, S also insinuated that only he could get me proper gifts. It's true that he's the one person whose gifts were always incredible, but that's because he was very in tune with what I would want. Even more than me. I still appreciate other things. I keep every card I've ever gotten, and I still have the wrapper of a candy my childhood friend gave me. In the texts, it seems like I'm a shallow, picky person that has high standards only he can reach. I asked him not to talk about me like that anymore. He immediately said yes. He said that he would replenish what I had given away, and if I tried to reject it he would see it as spurning his affection. He apologized again and said he never wanted to hurt me. And NBSP. Relevant comments. Fish 0814. Damn. He really doesn't have much respect for you. If you reject his gifts because of what he said, then you don't love him. He is pathetic. More power to you for staying with that I would never ever talk about my wife like that. No man that actually loved his wife would. Jesus. Then guilt trip you. If you accept his gifts you are a gold digger, and if you don't then you don't love him. He has a lot of nerve. You cannot win. Of course you know that already. No matter what, his friends and family will always see you as a gold digger. Thanks to that I can't win. If I don't accept his gifts, then I am rejecting him and saying I don't love him. If I do, then I feel shallow and materialistic. I didn't feel like this before. S is the only one who gives me gifts regularly, so I don't expect them from others. A few years ago, my friends got me gifts for my birthday and he criticized each one. And NBSP. This is a repost sub. I am not oop. So not only is he talking behind OOP's back, but he's also isolating her by ruining her reputation? S is pure and unadulterated garbage. Throw the whole man in the trash compactor. I can't win. If I don't accept his gifts, then I am rejecting him and saying I don't love him. If I do, then I feel shallow and materialistic. Seems like the only winning move is not to play. Dude is abusive. That's it. He is overly jealous and controlling. I feel Oop is not seeing the big picture. Is it just me, or did someone leave the gas lights on at OOP's home? Husband is a huge POS. It's a little heartbreaking to see that she doesn't realize what's going on. By the time she does, it might be too late and kids might be in this mix. Her husband sucks. Classic isolation tactic. It's not even subtle. AAALLLL those crocodile tears. It's rare that a person openly admits to talking bad about their partner in order to alienate them from their friends. How he managed to make it sound like it was a compliment to Oop is crazy. This man is a menace. Wow. Talk about being gaslighted. The bar is so low for a woman to be called materialistic or a gold digger. Same for being vain. I got called vain once because I shower every day and wear only clean clothes. Ridiculous. Oop is going to regret staying with her pa's husband. Since they didn't have kids, she can get rid of him easily, but since she has insecurity about her looks, she probably is used to being a doormat. Just head on over to our narcissistic spouses. That's just not how someone who loves you behaves. My husband would rather hurt himself than making other people think poorly of me. It would literally be painful for him to see me humiliated, and I feel the same for him. To imagine someone treating the one they profess to love like this, and thinking it anything but an obvious personal lack of emotional understanding and maturity, and perhaps even that they are not a good person and need to work on themselves, is super alarming. It always amazes me how many ways people find to be abhorrent to their spouses. My wife is too good for me. People pay her too much attention. I know. I'll insult her to everyone else so they don't like her and I look like a hero. Wait, she found out. Now I'll bully her into forgiving me by emotionally manipulating her with lots of gifts that prove she actually is materialistic. Stop crying. You're making me feel bad. Red flags are everywhere here. Only he can buy her stuff? He is fighting for her attention? This is disgusting. Op needs to leave him before things get even worse. This is really worrying. Sounds like he is obsessed to be the only one in your life who can gift you. He wants to be only one. It feels like he is alienating you. She read the messages and he complained about her. Not once but over and over. To many different people. That he reads them with her and all of a sudden all is well? He didn't mean it, but he said it over and over. To all those people who all believed it, and he reinforced that everyone including him thinks she is vain and materialistic. But if she doesn't accept his gifts and agree that she is vain and materialistic, she does love him? Okay then. But everything is fine now. He's sorry. Sorry he got caught. You know what he thinks of you. And Op is fine with this? How can she ever trust him? How can she be around any of the people he trashed her to? But oh well, they thought that of her anyway. So he could say whatever he wants. It's all good. I have a bridge I'd like to sell Op. He is isolating you. Leave him for your sake. Reminds me of the guy who told his GF she smelled terrible to keep her at his side. This feels like S is telling people how vain Oop is so Joe one gets close enough for her to notice them. This is straight up isolation. Wow, she needs to leave his ass. Like yesterday.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.